This program is made possible through the support of our generous sponsors. The Talk of Paynesville, a Paynesville Area Community Education production in association with the Paynesville Area Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of Paynesville, our Paynesville Community Talk Show. I'm Jacob Bertram.
And I'm Faith DeCousin. Thank you for joining us live today. We are glad you are watching. Please enter your questions in the comment section below at any time during this broadcast and we will try to get them into the show. Jacob, did you know that today is National Chili Dog Day, National Father-in-Law Day, National Whistleblower Day, National Intern Day, and National Cheesecake Day?
I did not know that, but that's good to know. Well, folks, we have a great show in store for you today. Like always, we welcome Mike Daniel from Daniel Anderson Funeral Home as our in-studio guest. We also have our special CentraCare Health segment, local trivia contest, joke of the week, chamber member spotlight, inspirational quote of the day, and your Make Wealth Management Money Minute. Now what y'all been waiting for, our local trivia contest. Alright, the question for this week is, what current location is where Paynesville's first cemetery was located? Was it A, Teals Market, B, Coronas Hills Golf Course, C, Crystal Hills Assembly, or D, the Paynesville Airport? Enter your answers in the comment section below, and you might be our lucky winner for this week. There is a prize to our winner. The answers will be revealed later in the show. Good luck to everyone. We'll be right back after this.
We all want to be centered on life's best moments. The big ones, the small ones. We know you don't have time for complicated banking, and we believe you deserve something more. Our friendly and knowledgeable team is here to make banking easier with the right financial accounts, loans, and services to fit your needs. It's our promise to you to place your needs at the center of all we do. Central Minnesota Credit Union, centered on you.
Make Wealth Management has offices located in Paynesville and Wilmer and is a comprehensive wealth management, investment, and insurance firm. As your trusted advisors, we are wholly dedicated to helping you reach a higher purpose for your wealth and design a lasting legacy for your family. We leverage deep industry knowledge, a vast network of specialized services, proven investment strategies, and a passion for serving you. Let Make Wealth Management help you live your life by design, not by default.
Welcome, Mike. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about the history of the Daniel Anderson Funeral Home?
Sure can. Well, my name is Michael Daniel. I am a fifth-generation funeral director in my family. Our family started in 1881 in central Minnesota providing funeral services. The funeral home originally started with a furniture store, which is a common history of funeral homes, where my great-great-grandfather came from Germany with carpentry skills. And when he came over, he found his way to St. Cloud and began to provide these carpentry skills in building furniture for people. When you are a carpenter and build furniture, you eventually build maybe a casket or a coffin for somebody. In the 1881, the state of Minnesota began to license funeral directors and embalmers to begin to undertake the task of placing people into the coffins or caskets. That's where the word undertaker comes from. Since then, in 1927, we were one of the first families to build an actual funeral home where people who previously had their visitations and things inside their homes actually could come to a site where they could have their visitations and viewings and things like that. Since then, of course, most funeral homes have a visitation chapel and things like that. We have right now chapels located in St. Cloud, Sartell, St. Joseph, and Clearwater, as well as Paynesville, the Daniel Anderson Funeral Home. Right now, the owners of the funeral home are myself and my brother, which are the 5th generation, and Paul Daniel, which is 4th generation. But it's passed down generation to generation in our family, which makes us one of the older funeral families in Minnesota.
Can you tell me a little bit about how the COVID-19 pandemic has affected your industry?
Absolutely. So when this began to happen, who was affected the most was the families of loved ones who passed away. It wasn't just in the funeral setting, but families couldn't get into the hospitals or nursing homes to be with them. And it was really affecting them. And when the shutdown began in early March or mid-March, the funeral homes had to close down to the public as well. And so some of the families were forced into a situation where they had to make a decision whether to go ahead and just have a private viewing at our funeral home with no public, say goodbye, and then go to the cemetery, or opt to have a cremation performed to hopefully wait for this to open up again to where they can have more of a public celebration. It certainly affected the families the most, and nobody envisioned that it would take this long for people to still be restricted. And so many families who anticipated having celebrations by now are still disappointed that they can't. No food can be shared. All these customs that came with the funeral business have been altered. Right now, thankfully, we can still go to churches. There is a restriction in attendance, as many people know, of a 50%. We do have a 50% restriction inside of our buildings too. We've been doing our best to mitigate that. And then, of course, now recently the face masks again became mandatory inside of the buildings themselves. What I see too is that, and it's not just the funeral business, but the way people are able to interact, hugging, shaking hands, embracing, it's really a need at a time of a loss, and so many have not had that embrace. And so we worry about our families and how they are able to get through these tough times and losing a loved one and not having that embrace, especially from the community that would rally.
Can you tell us a little bit about your new industry, your new facility just off Highway 23?
Sure. So we built a new facility, very proud of it. It's a very spacious one-level building where we have the ability to potentially sit down at one sitting over 100 people. We think that we can have up to 150 people inside of our building for a sit-down service. We are very proud of the design, which we helped put together for traffic flow. So as people come into our funeral home, there is a definite flow to it, going up to pay their respects. We have AV equipment, of course, modern equipment to play videos and tributes and pictures and share those kinds of things. We have a food room, of course, that right now is shut down during this COVID time, but there's ability for families to have lunches at our facility, which we felt was very important. Spacious office and selection areas. The parking lot too is the ability to park over 80 cars right in our parking lot, which is nice, and not many funeral homes have that kind of ability. The decor we're very proud of. It's open, it's airy, it's light, it's not old or anything like that. We have a little outdoor patio area too for people to get breaths of fresh air, go outside for a bit. We have charging stations for everybody's grandkids' AV phones and everything like that people can use. And of course, it's much easier to work in a facility where there's more space so that we can store our equipment and vehicles and everything like that as well.
What got you interested in becoming a mortician?
Very good question. So, of course, being from a funeral family was always an option for me. One of the unique things about our family history, despite being 5 generations, our family actually never lived in the funeral home. You'll hear that story from some other families that actually their home was the funeral home too, and so they lived upstairs or behind. Our family never did that, and I think that was a benefit to our family, in that it was something you chose to do rather than be forced to do. And so for myself, after high school, I went on and got a degree in business from St. John's University. And after graduating from St. John's, the discussion was had with my family to just explore for a while whether or not I wanted to become a funeral director. And so after that decision I made that yes, I'd be interested in doing that, I went to the University of Minnesota and graduated from there with a mortuary science degree. And that allows me to practice in the state of Minnesota. Certainly the rewarding part is serving the communities that we know the families in, certainly, and caring for them, walking those days with them, becoming a familiar face as they come to our funeral home during the really tough days. They know who we are or have met us before, likely, and it's a rewarding that we are there with them. Yes, it's been rewarding to me personally and in my family as well.
What is the most popular burial choice now?
So if you're speaking of whether or not you have traditional burial or cremation, is that what your question is? Or is it...
Yeah.
Probably. Okay, so right now the trends of cremation option for final disposition is what we call that, is trending over 50%, okay? State of Minnesota right now, statewide, the cremation rate is around 65%, but there's certain areas that are higher percentage of choice of cremation than others. So for example, in the Twin City area, it's I think drifting over 80% have chose cremation. If you go up to the Iron Range, again, it's about 80%. But if you talk about central Minnesota, it's more of the 60% or so, or almost some pockets 50-50. So it's a decision each family has to make, and certainly there is no right or wrong other than the family making sure we do what the family asks us to do and prepare for that. So,
what services do you offer for families that have lost a loved one?
Well, certainly the services we offer is not only pre-need and at-need counseling, be informative, help them accomplish their wishes, so putting together a funeral, placing obituaries, notifying Social Security, filing death certificates. We also do body preparation for viewing if that's necessary, or we do cremation. We have our own private crematory, so any family that calls upon us, their loved one is never out of our care. We take care of things start to finish. The families can also choose to pre-plan with us if they want to come in and they're not sure what they want, or they just want to ask questions. We do that free of charge without an appointment, and we sit down and just have them ask the questions that they have, and then are able to show them the choices that are out there. Many families are surprised at the amount of choices that are there for them, not only with cremation and viewing, or caskets and urns and other things like that, places of burial, veteran benefits, and things of that nature. We also help families file for life insurance and other things like that they may need help with, and we have great experience, great funeral directors with us.
How can people get more information about pre-planning their funeral?
They can get it by just a phone call. They can call us. We can meet with them if they'd like to have a face-to-face, or they can ask us to send them a pre-planning packet. We do this all the time, and families can take a look at things at home, begin to understand some of the questions that need to be answered. But in the end, every family's funeral is unique in some sort of way, and it's best to come and actually have that visit with us. And so then we line up an appointment where they can come down and talk to one of our funeral directors.
Anything else you would like to share with our viewers?
Good question. There's we're open to, right now, even despite the COVID and things like this, we are open to pre-arrangements by appointment if people call us. We used to or had planned many seminars where we'd host a luncheon and things like that inside of our building. Of course, that got shut down here for the past half year. But I want people to know that they can still call and they can still have an appointment. We can sit down with them and their family and do some kind of question and answer if they prefer, or record. We also have the ability to help families protect assets. Medical assistance is a program in the state of Minnesota that helps loved ones if they're going to long-term care, and that's a way to protect assets from being taken by the county to protect them to be there for their family at the time of a funeral.
Thanks, Mike, for joining us today, and thank you for being a member of the Paynesville Chamber.
Thank you very much. Proud to be here.
Back to you in the studio.
We all want to be centered on life's best moments. The big ones, the small ones. We know you don't have time for complicated banking, and we believe you deserve something more. Our friendly and knowledgeable team is here to make banking easier with the right financial accounts, loans, and services to fit your needs. It's our promise to you to place your needs at the center of all we do. Central Minnesota Credit Union, centered on you.
Egg Wealth Management has offices located in Paynesville and in Wilmer and is a comprehensive wealth management, investment, and insurance firm. As your trusted advisors, we are wholly dedicated to helping you reach a higher purpose for your wealth and design a lasting legacy for your family. We leverage deep industry knowledge, a vast network of specialized services, proven investment strategies, and a passion for serving you. Let Meg Wealth Management help you live your life by design, not by default.
All right, we welcome Jennifer Engen with us today to talk about the CentraCare Paynesville Foundation. Jennifer, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me today, everyone.
What is your role and background?
So I've been with CentraCare Paynesville for 10 years, and what my position there is a development officer for the foundation. So I raise funds, assist with grants, and do all that fun stuff. And the fun part of it is I'm a native of Paynesville, so it's really fun to see my own community giving back.
So what exactly is the CentraCare Foundation?
So for the CentraCare Foundation, we are a nonprofit organization, and we take donations and we invest them back into CentraCare. So a while later, we'll be showing pictures and showing all the things that we've given back.
What are different giving options? Are there different giving options available?
Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can give back to CentraCare. We have a website, so we always refer people to go to CentraCare.com and check things out there. But people give a lot of different ways. You can give by donating online. Some people give by annual donations, just give in memory of someone, maybe if someone passes away. Or you could be a grateful patient and have really good care, and we get donations that way. People, when they pass away, they could give an endowment or a bequest gift. We get grant dollars. A lot of our local nonprofits have given back to us that way. You could also give like real estate, stock gifts, and just really any way you can give back. We appreciate all those from the Paynesville area that have supported us throughout the years.
You want to tell us a little bit about the different events you have, coming up?
Yeah, so we have different events. We've had our CentraCare Paynesville Golf Tournament at Coronas Hills. This year we're doing something a little different with coronavirus. We weren't able to do that. So we are going to be part of Volleyball this year, which is a CentraCare event. And all of the regionals, like Paynesville, Sauk Center, Melrose, everyone is going to be part of Volleyball this year because a portion of it will be virtual. So for those of you that have never attended, you can attend that virtually this year, which will be kind of cool. And then we also have an employee campaign. And that's one thing I want to say, employees give back to CentraCare as well. So you can donate different ways, but our Paynesville management team has had 100% where all of us give back, and that's really nice. So that's an event we have. And I know I just want to plug in our auxiliary also donates, and they have different luncheons as well and raise funds. So lots of different ways that people get back in our community.
So how does the foundation make a difference in the Paynesville, Richmond, and Eden Valley communities?
So there's a lot of different ways that we give back. And last year, I just want to say that we gave $120,000 to CentraCare Paynesville and all of the communities that you mentioned that we have clinics in. And we're going to show quite a few pictures that show this as well. And I just want to start by saying that show how we gave back with COVID-19. And this is throughout CentraCare as a system that we gave back with different, here's where I'm going to stumble a little bit and you have to do some editing because I don't have the picture in front of me. But we gave back, a main thing we gave back was with like our care center activities. They got many different iPads so they could get in touch with their family, and that was throughout the system. And then we've given back with different therapy where they do paintings at our care center at Cronus Manor. And it's really nice just to see like behavioral, how that really helps them. And I've seen the therapy and like they paint and they talk about things, and at the end they have a very beautiful picture. So that's really cool to see. We also in our care center did a tub room remodel, and you can see from the pictures that one was really, before we did it, it was really quite dated and old, and now it looks like a spa, and it's really nice. So people can take baths regularly more too, which is definitely a bonus, so that's nice as well. And also blanket warmers. That is something that the foundation has funded in a lot of departments. For example, in our oncology department, we have a blanket warmer, and then radiology was noticing that they could use a blanket warmer too. And what the blanket warmer does is, let's say you're getting chemotherapy or some procedure, and you wake up and you're cold or whatever, this blanket will just like cocoon you in and make you all warm, because it's just like taking a blanket out of the dryer. So that is a hit throughout our facility. So we funded a lot of those. And we've also funded at Washburn Court and Stearns Place garden boxes. And the nice thing about the garden boxes is it gives people a chance to be outside, and they're also handicap accessible. So you can put a wheelchair, that's nice as well. Yeah. And at Stearns Place, we've done, and at Cronus Manor Paynesville Care Center, we've done outdoor awnings so people can sit outside without the sun in their way. We've done a whirlpool tub at Stearns Place. And the neat thing is we're doing at Stearns Place now is yoga classes. So before COVID-19, we did yoga classes in person, and now they do them remotely online with no technical glitches most of the time. So that works out really well. So that's pretty fun. And just for our senior services as a whole, we've done a handicap accessible van. And the handicap accessible van is really nice because it has more capacity and a wheelchair lift. So we do different things like maybe just drive around and look at the crops, maybe just go to Dollar General and do errands. A lot of varying things we've done with it, but people like going to casinos as well. But now we've had to get creative, so that's nice. We've also done new step exercise machines for our cardiac rehab program, and that's really nice because this is a service that previously people had to drive to St. Cloud for, which Paynesville has, and the new step is really nice for that. Tobacco quit kits we've done, so that helps people with their tobacco quitting. And we've also done scholarships. So if you are a senior in the Rocori, Eden Valley, or Paynesville district going into healthcare, apply for a scholarship. Maybe if that's something you're thinking, that would be something good as well. And we've given back throughout the years.
Right, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just want to say thanks to those that have given to us throughout the years. We really appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to always reach out to me at CentraCare, and I can answer your questions if you'd like more details. And thanks for having me today.
All right, that's Jennifer Engen from CentraCare Paynesville to talk about CentraCare Foundation. Back to you. Thank you, Jennifer, for that segment. We want to welcome Mr. Jeremy Wilner for your episodes of Your Money Minute.
Hello everyone, I'm Jeremy Wilner, CEO and founder of Mag Wealth Management, and today we're going to look at a few questions to try to answer the question, does my estate plan need an update? We're going to look at 4 different areas and see if you have any changes due to family, finances, time, and other consideration. First of all, with family, have beneficiaries attained designated ages under your current plan? Have there been any births, deaths, divorces, or marriages that altered your objectives? Has anything changed with your family or your situation since you signed your estate planning documents that would cause you to want to make a change? Do any of your potential beneficiaries or dependents, either an adult or minor, require special care? Do you wish to protect your beneficiaries against claims from creditors, divorce, or potential litigation? Next, questions with regard to finances. Has your estate grown or decreased significantly in value? Have you acquired additional property that you don't have titled correctly? Have you purchased additional life insurance coverage? Do you want to make special gifts to charities or family members? And with regard to existing charitable or specific requests, do they need to be added or deleted? Does the estate have enough liquidity to cover any anticipated taxes and expenses at death? With regard to time, a few questions that we ask are, has it been more than a couple of years since you last reviewed your beneficiaries on your IRAs, your 401ks, life insurance policies, or annuities? Do any of your designated agents, personal representatives, trustees, guardians, or their successors need to be updated? Has it been more than a couple of years since you signed a healthcare directive and power of attorney for healthcare? And does your estate plan address disposition of digital assets? This is one that's relatively new, where there's becoming more and more digital assets. And then finally, other considerations. Have you moved to or from a community property state? Do you want to have a supplemental letter to your beneficiaries regarding funeral instructions or personal advice? Have you completed a laundry list of tangible items? And finally, do you have an irrevocable life insurance trust that you need to continue to send the letters annually when premiums are made? If any of these changes have occurred, I would recommend that you update your estate plan. So how can you get more information? You can visit our website at magwealth.com or send me an email at jwilner@magwealth.com. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a wonderful day.
Thanks again, Jeremy, for your Money Minute. Again, if you'd like to contact Jeremy, please visit their website, makewealth.com.
Now for our quote of the day. Your attitude is like a price tag. It shows how valuable you are. Unknown.
Thanks, Faith, for the inspirational quote of the day. And now it's time for the jokes of the week. Are you going to answer this one this time or not? I'm just kidding. What do you call an old snowman? Water. First one out of the gate.
What do you call a sleeping bull? A bulldozer.
Ah. Okay. Okay, Faith. Why did the cabbage win the race? Because it was ahead. Gotta laugh on that one. It's approved on that one.
Why did the teacher wear sunglasses to school? Because her students were so bright.
Oh. They've got a boo. That's gotta be the first time.
Now for our Paynesville Area Chamber of Commerce Member Spotlight.
Leaser Insurance Agency provides coverage for your various insurance needs. Located in Paynesville, Minnesota, they provide local residents as well as individuals, businesses, farmers, and families throughout central Minnesota with exceptional insurance products backed by personalized service. Whether you're looking for auto insurance coverage to crop hail protection, Leaser Insurance Agency can help. Arnold's of St. Martin is an authorized Case IH dealership serving 7 Minnesota locations. They are proud to carry a large selection of new and pre-owned inventory. When you are ready to invest in your new tractor or other agricultural equipment, their friendly and knowledgeable sales, financing, service, and parts departments are prepared to make sure your experience is outstanding. Visit their website at arnoldsinc.com.
All right, now it's time. We've been waiting for the answer to this week's trivia question. Again, the question was, what current location is where Paynesville's first cemetery was located? We had a listener comment in, Mr. Dean Heike, said D, Paynesville Airport. Unfortunately, that is incorrect. The correct answer is B, Coronas Hills Golf Course. The history records say the first death in Paynesville was in 1859. The man who passed away was named Luther Brown. The location of the cemetery is actually on number 2 green on Coronas Hill Golf Course. So think of that next time you visit the golf course. Thank you for Dean for commenting on that. Unfortunately, you're incorrect, but hopefully you get them there next time. Well, before we go, the Paynesville Chamber is looking for individuals to serve as board members starting January of 2021. This is a 3-year commitment with monthly meetings throughout the year. The Chamber plans multiple events in Paynesville, including Town and Country Days, Spirit of the Season, Trick-or-Treating event, and many more. If you're interested in becoming or know anyone who is interested in becoming a board member, you can contact one of the current board members or email the Chamber at office@paynesvillechamber.org.
Thanks everyone for watching. Please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and like our broadcast. Also, don't forget to put your interview questions and the ideas in the comment section below. See you again next week at 9 a.m. for our next live broadcast. I'm Faith Dickhausen.
And I'm Jacob Bertram. Stay safe and stay cool, Paynesville.